In a crowd of hundreds protesting the George Zimmerman verdict, 25-year-old Andre Thomas was among those energized by President Obama's remarks about Trayvon Martin.
I feel like the president really saying something really meant a lot to people out here, and it really does give an extra, kick in the pants to this movement.
No justice!
Thomas feels there's a double standard for justice when it comes to race.
If Trayvon Martin had a gun and he stalked Zimmerman, he'd be in jail.
Martin's mother, Sabrina, spoke to the lower Manhattan crowd, while his father, Tracy, appeared at a rally in Miami.
He was murdered.
Protesters turned out today in Philadelphia and dozens of other cities across the country and in front of the White House.
Trayvon Martin could have been me 35 years ago.
Following the president's comments on the divisive trial, demonstrator Hilda Clark said she was surprised he had been subjected to racial profiling.
It is unfair, it is insulting, it is deadly, obviously.
Like Mr. Obama, Clark said she viewed Martin's death through a personal lens.
Trayvon died needlessly. He was an innocent child, and he could have been my grandchild.
Protesters want states like Florida to re-examine the self-defense laws that exonerated George Zimmerman, and the Justice Department to pursue civil rights charges against him. That's the aim of a petition that has nearly 600,000 signatures. It's backed by music superstars Jay-Z and Beyonce, who appeared at the New York rally. Neither spoke, but Beyonce said in a statement, "We are still struggling with the issue of inequality and the lack of value for a black man's life."
What's your take on that criticism?
Well, he is the president for all Americans. Right. He has to consider all the schools of thought that are out there. Whether or not you agree with it, I do know that there were people looking at the vigils that were planned, wondering, well, is there going to be violence?
Definitely. Yeah.
And whether or not he agreed with it, he did have to at least address that segment. Mm-hmm. Now, I know there were some people who were not pleased with the speech because he did actually address the potential of violence issue, because a lot of times what happens is so there's a situation like this that causes some people a lot of pain, and it seems to them as if the first concern is, okay, are people going to riot? Are they going to be?
Everyone simmer down.
Exactly.
Before you can express your pain.
Right.
Just simmer down.
Exactly.
Right.
And so I think those folks felt that, okay, here's the first black president. Why is he concerned about this?
Very, very quickly, you're going to have 5 seconds to answer this. Do you think this is going to peter out with the sort of a conversation and then everyone will kind of forget about it, or do you think this is going to make a significant change?
I think it's going to make a significant change. Already people are looking at other similar cases. There's one in Wisconsin that, where a man was just convicted. There's one coming up in Florida that's going to be tried in September. And the president and the attorney general have also vowed not to let it go.
All right, Melanie Eversley, breaking news and civil rights reporter for USA Today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.